Welcome to the Prospect Warehouse Podcast. This is your host, Tim Kanak. You can find me on X at Fantasy Aceball. And we have both co-hosts. We have a menage a trois tonight. We got Doc Eisenhower on the X at Doc Eisenhower. And then, of course, we've got John Anderson, who made a surprise evening podcast. Usually John is like, I'm out on the nights, but out of nowhere, didn't even say anything, not even a text. Just shows up, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Now I don't have to produce anything. So we got John Anderson. Follow him at JohnPGH on the X. What's up, boys?
I think we do our best work all together, so it should be fun.
Yes, agreed. Doc, very festive today. I love it. You got the USA shirt and the Santa hat all in one.
Yeah, somewhat festive. I don't feel good. I'm fighting off the sickness, so I'm doing whiskey instead of eggnog. Whiskey will kill bacteria. Just slammed a bunch of vitamins too. Doing it all. Worked out today. We'll be good. I got this Cal Ripken jersey behind me. I'm slowly building decor behind me. This is a softball team from 2002 featuring my deceased father. He is no longer with us as of 2007. So it's been a while. But the pain still lingers. So, why are you guys laughing?
Because it's like a depressing start, man. You know, like the pain still lingers. All right, take a shot.
Drink
pain
it away.
Still lingers, so take a shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Just drink it so you don't feel anything anymore.
And I have Coquito because I live in Florida and we don't do eggnog here. We do Coquito. So this is from my one of my coworkers, employees, whatever. She's Puerto Rican and made this. So this is straight up the legit stuff, the Coquito. But I did add like 3 shots because it was definitely weak sauce compared to what I normally drink.
By the way, the only thing that heals the pain of my perished father is when people sign up to a DW, MLB data warehouse. So
and say they signed up because of Tim and Doc.
Yes, but no, they need to say specifically because of Doc's perished father.
Yes, guilt sign up right there.
I'm getting big on the word perish. Like I don't think I want to pass away. I think I want to perish.
This is my favorite ball. You see, I've got a JJ Weatherholt signature right there.
That's nice.
I can't even read half of these, but I've got Raniel Rodriguez, Quinn Matthews. Oh, there's Quinn Matthews. I can actually read his handwriting. Quinn Matthews, Raniel Rodriguez, Baez. Like I've got like basically every really good Cardinals prospect signed this baseball last year at spring training. So this ball is pretty sick.
And that has to do with Doc's perished father.
Well, why are you bringing that up again, John?
Baseball memorabilia.
John.
Look at this. This looks like a Mark McGwire death ball right here, but he's totally still alive.
All right. Well, we're praying for all the best for you and your family.
I'm trying to be positive here. All right, someone laughed somewhere. So today we're talking about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We got the Dodgers system here, top 20, pretty solid system here, and of course we're going to start off with a familial tie, family tie.
Yeah,
familial. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get you fancy here. Yeah, we got Cam Leiter. So Cam Leiter was picked by the Dodgers, and of course he is a cousin of Jack Leiter. And a nephew of Al and Mark Leiter. So we got the whole Leiter family here. He actually went. What round did he go in our FYPD, Doc? Third round in our 30-team FYPD, something like that.
I don't know.
Somewhere in there. But anyway, Cam Leiter throws a fastball that gets up to 99 miles an hour. Known for a good extension on that, and then he throws slider, curve, changeup. The slider is the better of those pitches. John, I don't know if you want to play some stuff on here. I had a video ready to play on good old Cam Leiter here. Yeah, Florida State.
Yeah, it's nothing on the dashboards as he played.
Second rounder, Florida State. And just like Jack Leiter, really good stuff, but atrocious command, like a 14% walk rate in college. So, get used to that, Dodgers fans. We got some Jack Leiter Jr. stuff coming here.
Leiter went 4.1. He went first overall in the 4th round. There's 30 teams out there, so he's the 91st pick. And went to Martin Sokolsky, industry fella.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, what was that? Radar guns?
Yeah.
By the way, Martin Sokolsky gave me this shirt for free, so like it's all coming together.
Martin, where's my shirt?
Yeah. He actually gave me two. He gave me two.
I'll be waiting for mine in the mail. Jupiter, Florida. Come for spring training. I'll take one. You could stay at my house for a night if you give me one of those, especially if it's signed. Anyway, Cam Leiter, there he is. We see him. He's number 20 because his command sucks, but he has really fun stuff. He's 6'5", 234 pounds. Obviously, he's got pedigree, familial ties, which is John's favorite. So, John, are you going to be drafting Cam Leiter hard?
No, I don't. We'll see. This 30-teamer is popping off in 2 weeks. I was going to say, like, the Dodgers, you don't even think of prospects with the Dodgers. I didn't even, know they had minor league teams. And in my head, in the car earlier, I was trying to think through their, the current team they have and how many of them even came up as Dodgers prospects. I came up with, Will Smith and Andy Pages, and that was about it. I mean, they just kind of buy the team, right, or trade for them. But.
Yeah, well, actually, they're pretty good at prospecting, but then the problem is that they just all rot. Look at Michael Bush. Michael Bush rotted in that system for 3 years, and then he was finally freed. Right. This is the system where you look at these guys and you're like, please free this player, and everybody just wants the player to get freed. So really,
Miguel Vargas.
you almost have to ding a lot of these guys in this system if you're trying to buy them for dynasty leagues, just because when are they ever going to get their shot? You know what I mean? So you almost have to ding them a little just for that, which sucks because a lot of these players that we're going to talk about are really good. Number 19. This is a fun one, Doc. Before I say his name, I'm going to make you say it. Who's number 19? Read that name for me.
Number 19 is Cheng Chien Ko.
That's not too bad, dude.
Yeah,
his first name is so close to a slur for his heritage, almost.
Yes, he's Taiwanese. Dude. I think it's King. I think you say that King.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's King Hisan Ko. But anyway, he's a big boy. If you want to bring him up, John, because he's we talked about Moises Ballesteros on the Cubs podcast. He's a little boy Ballesteros-y, but he's actually got some height to him. He's 6'3", 215. So he actually does have a little bit of height to him. But this is a plate approach guy, a lot of walks. He'll K a little bit. And even though he's a big boy, he really hasn't gotten into his power yet. Only 4 bombs last year between A-ball and Complex League, all at Complex, and 5 steals. So at least a nice plate approach and pretty solid contact rate here. But there he is. I think he's a little bit. He leaned out a little bit. In the beginning of the season, he was a little bit bigger than that. Look at that. You see that next one down, hardest hits of 2025. So he looks like he lost some weight. Look at that. Good for him.
He looks a lot like Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. Well, obviously he's going to try to copy him. You know what I mean? Dodgers, same org. So Dodgers org here, big dude, but definitely copying the stance there. But Ko does hit the ball hard. He just hasn't really hit it for power yet. Because he hits the ball way too much on the ground, 47% ground ball rate, only a 28% fly ball rate, not what you want from a power hitter, and a 6.5 home run to fly ball rate. So just not getting the angles right.
You have to bring up your new stat here at some point. Maybe wait for a better example, but
yes. Well, yeah, there's a poor example. Extra base hits plus 100 is even. So basically, this is going to tell you who is getting extra base hits versus or per game against that level. So basically what we're taking here is extra base hits per game divided by the average for that level. So and it maxes out at 150, and I think the bottom is 50, right, John?
Yeah.
Yep. So extra base hits plus if you're trying to figure out not just who is getting home runs, but also who's hitting doubles and triples and stuff like that. So number 18 on the list, unless you have anything on Ko besides just trying to say his name funny, Doc.
I didn't try. I succeeded.
Yeah, I guess so. Number 18, Ryan Ward. This is quadruple A king right here. Yeah. I believe he led the minor leagues in home runs last year.
That's correct.
And he's a 28-year-old, and they actually added him to the 40-man roster for next year. So this is kind of interesting, maybe for redraft. Could he be their 5th outfielder or something? I don't know how their roster resource is looking right now, but 36 bombs last year, 150. See, he maxed out the extra base hits plus, a 150 extra base hits plus. So he completely maxed it out. Really great F scores, 114 power, 101 hit, 100 discipline, 101 speed, but obviously the age adjusted 124 WRC plus, bring that WRC plus down because he's very, very old for a AAA player. So quadruple A king here, Ryan Ward. What do you
How
got?
much money he's making? What's the most he can make?
If you're on the 40 man, I think you make league minimum, so 700 grand or whatever. So that's not bad. Better than a lawyer, or unless you're a really good lawyer, I guess.
Yeah, no, this guy, he's kind of interesting. It's like 36 home runs in AAA. Man, it's not like that was the first time he did it. He did it in 2024 as well. He's been doing it for a while. He's been doing it since 2021, like 27 bombs at high A. That was back in when he was a 23-year-old. Like he said, he's been crushing bombs for quite some time now. His K rate was never really super high. Looks like in 2024 it actually peaked out, but other than that, it's been great, like 27% in 2024 at AAA. But then this year at AAA, 18. It's like I don't know. It's kind of super promising. What does Statcast look like? Yeah, like nice velos, which makes sense with all those bombs. Contact rates are fine. So because zone contact rates were a little low until this year, so I guess maybe monitor that. But
first time he hit for a decent batting average here last year. So yeah, his K rate was a problem.
70 home runs over the last 2 seasons.
Dropped 10
he's
points.
He's been consistent. It's not like newfound power. It's not like he's just like a 27-year-old beating up on minor leaguers. He hit, again, 27 home runs back in 2021.
What has to happen? I mean, how does he get playing time? Can you like demand? He can't demand a trade, I guess.
Yeah, well, Outman finally got out. Yeah, we talked about that when we talked about the Twins. So he finally got out. So maybe Ryan Ward can be freed at some point. But like, I don't know. I just feel, at least the guy's getting paid major league money at this point. That kind of sucks to just get buried in a system. And like you try, like what more can you do? Because if you're hitting 35 bombs year over year, like what else can you do to get the call? So I kind of feel bad for him, but this is just what happens with the Dodgers is people get buried all the time. So like I would almost not want to get drafted by them. Like if I'm in the draft, like who was it? Eli Manning was like, I'm not going to get drafted by the Chargers. Like Ryan Ward, I'd be like, if I'm getting drafted, I'd be like, Dodgers, do not draft me because I'm just going to get buried in your system and I'm never going to play until I'm like 30 years old.
Can they set up some kind of rule to like force these teams like MLB can just
Rule 5 draft, but
just force Ryan Ward onto the Pirates? Like we'll take him.
Well, I think at this point baseball's ready for 2 extra teams. I think when they expand to 32, it'll help alleviate some of this like talent getting stuck in certain systems. Like that'll help when they go to 32. But besides that, like you've got the Rule 5 and it just takes a team that wants to do that. But Rule 5s usually are relief pitchers. Like if you look at the latest Rule 5 draft, it was basically all relief pitchers picked.
Because you have to keep them on your roster, right?
Yep. Yeah. So you just pick dudes who throw really hard, and you're like, okay, this guy can be in the bullpen. Like Griffin McGarry, like he had like an 18% walk rate or something like that. He was like one of the top picks. Like good pick. Like I'd put him in my bullpen. So
and you can hide him in the bullpen. It's hard to hide a guy on your like position player bench, right? That's a valuable spot while your 6th best reliever isn't. You can just hide that guy for a couple of weeks. We've seen that a lot. Guys in the bullpen that don't actually pitch, but. Yep. Yeah, it seems like Ryan Ward could certainly play for plenty of teams in the major leagues, but I don't think we'll see him.
Unfortunately. Number 17, Yoendry Vargas. So Yoendry Vargas is a middle infielder, 6'3", 175 pounds. So some really nice size on Vargas. His problem is strikeouts. I actually really liked him a couple of years back when he was in like Dominican Complex. Really good years there, but he's just run into strikeout problems at pro ball. You could see on the F scores, he's got a 99 hit, 150 speed. Doesn't even classify for the discipline because he doesn't have enough plate appearances, but it wouldn't be good because he's got an over 30% K rate at A ball. So not good, folks. But besides that, like there is some nice projectable power speed here. So 5 bombs, 17 steals, and that was only in 32 games. So I don't know what injury occurred to him or whatever, but like obviously something happened. And he's still young, so 19 last year, going to be 20 next year. So Vargas is interesting. because there's a lot here that could project into something good, but he just hasn't done it yet.
So Fangraphs is racist. Because
we're going big screen for this one.
Yeah. So if we go to the Joendry Vargas Fangraphs page, they just have a picture of Miguel Vargas, like trying to pass him off as Joendry. And my first thought was this guy, maybe they're brothers. They look so similar. But you go look up Joendry Vargas on Google, and it's like, no, it's not the same guy. They're just trying to sell us. Yeah, we don't want to switch out the picture. They're all the same, those Vargases. Anyway, all jokes aside, and that is funny though.
Well, it's funny for me as the coder because I could probably guess exactly what happened here, So
as a non-coder, it's much funnier.
Yeah.
So I actually don't know if this guy's gonna work out. His contact rate's horrendous, and has been since DSL's always got like weird measurements. You don't know if they're true or not. But complex level, not great. Low A, not great. There's time. He's a kid, got the build, but yeah, he's up to now, like last year, to 66% contact rate. It's not great. Ks are pretty high, extremely high. Not really taking walks. He actually is 20 already, so probably out on this guy. But hey, best of luck to him.
Yeah, especially in that org. In 8 years, he'll be the next.
That's why they use Miguel Vargas's picture. They're like, honestly, dude, like don't even worry about this guy. Move on to Miguel. He's a safer bet.
Number 16 here is Chase Harlan. So Chase Harlan is a third base prospect with big time power, 6'3", 205 pounds. Got paid $1.8 million out of high school in 2024 as a third round pick, and really showed off the power this last year. He started the year in complex, and then was bumped to A-ball, but 9 home runs and about 68 games, not too shabby. So 260 at-bats. So, you're projecting out for over 20 bombs right there. And he's a big dude, and he did much better. He started off really slow at A-ball and then started getting better. If you want to throw up the F scores there, Johnny was in A-ball, so we might get something on the slide. And you can see on the slider, 65.5% contact. I bet if you move that towards the last month or so, we'll see his stats getting better. Oh, maybe not the contact rate, but
worse.
Yeah, contact rate actually got a little bit worse. But Chase Harlan is a name to watch because he's got some freaky power. It's just a matter of getting into it, and he's a young dude, so we'll see if he can put the contact tools together.
Yeah, I actually like Chase Harlan a lot. Third base is scarce these days, He is getting quite a bit of reps there. It looks like they're keeping him there at third base, which is nice. I wanted to verify that, but you never know. Sometimes these prospects will chuck him over to first base or even DH. But yeah, he doesn't strike out too much, really. It's manageable. The walks are good. Home run, his overall numbers are middling because he only played 68 games last year and he was 18. But actually 9 home runs in 68 games for an 18-year-old is really pretty solid. So this is a good time, I think, to buy in before the hype takes off. I think this could be a big year for Chase Harlan and his hype just going through the roof. AKA if you're in anywhere middle to deep league where you got a nice farm system, I'd go ahead and recommend acquiring or picking up Chase Harlan.
Yeah, plate approach is pretty solid too for a power hitter. Only a 22% carry rate on the season total and 12% walk rate. So obviously it was worse at A-ball from complex, but
he walked more at low A though.
Yeah, exactly. So number 15, Zachary Root. This is a pitcher from Arkansas. So let's see if we can get some video on him because he did not play yet. So we are not going to have any F scores, John. But Zachary Root was a pitcher from Arkansas. I think he was a second rounder as well, if I'm not mistaken. But he's a pretty interesting dude, despite not really having a big time fastball because he throws only in the low 90s. He's more of a contact D type guy, but he's really good. He actually had really good numbers in the SEC. And he outperformed a lot of guys that had big fastballs, 21.7 K minus walk, only an 8% walk rate. So he's more I don't know. He's not. I don't think he projects as like a number 1 or number 2 starter, but he projects as like a really solid like mid rotation guy. So if he adds velo, that could be pretty interesting for Zachary Root, who, like I said, is more of like he's more of like a secondaries like ground ball type dude, and you can see he's got like kind of an interesting delivery too when he throws it here. Lefty who like kind of stops like as he's throwing it and then slings it in with the arm, like just really like
Yeah.
like comes back really far. It's like almost like old timey the way he comes back with the ball and like holds it back for a half second.
He's just like a little pump fake.
Yeah, pretty
You don't see
interesting.
dudes moving around that much anymore, I feel like. But I don't really watch games, so don't listen to me.
Yeah, he's got like the old like the Dizzy Dean or whatever. Like you expect him to like spin you almost expect him to spin around like a top when he throws the ball. So next is number 14, Adam Serwanowski, who actually like for all the crap that we just talked about, how the Dodgers handle their prospects, the Dodgers pitching prospects actually get a lot of play, and they actually come up. But the problem is they all get hurt, so they all come up. And then they all play for like half of a year, and then they all get Tommy John like right when they come up. So like they'll probably like this guy will probably play, but like when will the injury come? I guess like once they finally bring him up. But Kershaw's gone now, so there's open spots on the team unless they get like Amai or something like that. But he's a 21-year-old lefty, got to AA, and 17.3 K minus walk rate, so 107 stuff, 103 control, 104 FERA. So pretty solid kind of guy across the board here. 94 on the fastball, which he throws way too much. 62% usage there. It's like this dude is like really relying on that fastball, but it does have good movement. So over 10 inches of vertical movement is pretty good. So 13.2 swinging strike rate. You'll take that on the fastball too. So good fastball, but like he's predominantly like fastball slider now. So like if that continues, is he a reliever? Probably, if he doesn't develop a third pitch, but you can't imagine that they wouldn't want him to be a starter with all the pitching injuries that they run into. So what do you got on Serwanowski here, Doc?
I mean, not a whole lot, but I did just watch them right now. So I guess I'm a genius. I know exactly what to think about them. 2-pitch starters are not super common, but they can happen. I mean, 6'5" build. If he's still 191, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell in those videos, but he could have some room to put even more, muscle on, which maybe he ticks up into like 95 miles an hour, sitting at this fastball, which would be all right. He hit really good numbers, high A last year. He played 3 innings at AA, so whatever. Actually, he was really 2 different pitchers in the ERA category. That's crazy. So with Cincinnati, he actually had a 4.84 ERA in 74 innings, and then a 1.83 ERA in 34 innings with the Dodgers. So in their systems, so both at high A, and under the hood, he was getting hit around a lot less with the Dodgers, which is interesting, and walking guys less. So I don't know. That's we'll have to see who the real Serwanowski is, because he did have some mild to extreme command issues so far throughout his career.
Was that a trade then?
What's up?
Was that a trade then?
Yeah, must be.
I think he might have come over the same time that they got Sirota.
So if he's only got that makes sense. So if he's only got 2 pitches and he's got command issues, like consider your reliever risk higher. But we'll see. He's got some road ahead of him. He's got some rope left. He's a lefty. He's only 21 years old, and in the Dodger system, it's funny. Like the guys who actually have a better chance of heading up early are the pitchers, I think, just because it seems like all their guys get hurt.
Yep, that's the point. They certainly don't have like room in the lineup. They just continue to re-sign. I know Miguel Rojas already re-signed, right? And they have like these veteran organization guys on the bench all the time. But yeah, the rotation, even though they've got 6 or 7 obvious like aces, like they're gonna need 20 whatever spot starts at some point. So the pitchers it's probably more to the Dodgers pitchers prospects than hitters, as you guys keep saying. So.
Angels are going to town right now. By the way, they literally just signed Jordan Romano and Drew Pomeranz like at the same time.
Who did?
The Angels for their bullpen. So going ham on the bullpen right now. A little breaking news here. But number 13 on the prospects, back to the prospect, is outfielder Charles Davallon. So Davallon is like getting a lot of hype right now, like a lot of wind behind the sails. So if you're in an FYPD, you're probably going to, if you really want him, you're probably going to have to take him super early, but just buyer beware. And by the way, happy birthday, Charles Davallon. It is his birthday today. He turned 22. So happy birthday. I drink to you, my good sir.
And we got a hopefully a 21-year-old birthday. Or no, I guess he's 22, so he's not. Anyway, not the big one, but we got somebody's dad, Tim. We got that Cubs prospect's dad clarifying information for us. So it has begun.
Yes, exactly.
That's all.
What are you talking about?
The parents of prospects are constantly searching.
Yes.
And we didn't even say the guy's name. I didn't even type
Cole
his
Mathis.
name.
It's Cole Mathis. We actually went on like a whole tangent. You said you weren't sure if he had an arm, if he maybe had a missing arm.
Right. So the dad clarifies he has two arms. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're like, why is this kid DHing? He's not fat, basically. So Cole Mathis, shout out to you. I searched all over the internet trying to find out what his injury was, and his dad came on the X and specified the injury.
Did he have Tommy John on his elbow?
So we should just ask Doc. That's exactly right. Yeah.
I'm a Cole Mathis guy. Actually, I'm a huge Cole Mathis fan. I'm serious.
So I hadn't even.
Well, his dad is a fan of the pod now, so. I
didn't type his name. Cool. I didn't make a tweet. A lot of times you say something, you type the guy's name in a tweet, and then the parents are searching for the name to see what's up. But this guy was searching for Cubs prospect, whatever, found our podcast, watched the whole thing, whatever, probably filtered through to find the stuff, and then replied. And then I said, well, are you his mom? And he's like, no, I mean, his account wasn't, it wasn't a gendered account, so I didn't. But whatever. Shout out to you.
He was crushing the fall league. And when he got drafted, he was like, I think a second-round draft pick or something like that. It was some kind of high-ish stock. They were really excited about him. I remember the MLB bros on the live draft feed, like from MLB Network. They were like, "Oh, one guy was like, this is like one of my favorite bats in the whole draft." So it's like everyone forgot about him just because he didn't play for a year, or most of the year. So he's a big value right now.
Yeah, it's just interesting because he played at the beginning of the year as the DH, and then he missed like the whole middle of the year, and then played like the very last game of the season. It was really
weird. They put him right back to third base too, which would be, I think so. And if they do, that's like a premium position.
But he has a 131 extra base plus because we noted that he was a big doubles guy. So 131 extra base hit plus is pretty good. But back to Charles Davallon, which I guess you don't have anything on the F scores, which is why you brought this up. But he has a lot of steam behind him right now because he only played 8 games. But in those 8 games, he had 500, 541, 735 with 1 home run and 3 steals. And so the 243 WRC plus is nice and shiny. Everyone's going to look at that, and they're going to draft him super high in the FYPDs without realizing that the kid is only 5'9". So I don't think there's that much power there. 14 home runs at Arkansas with the metal bat last year, 10 at Florida Gulf Coast the year before that. So, like, while he is a very, very good hitter, like, I don't really know how much power there is there. Like, when he was drafted, I thought him more of like a Sal Frelick type than, some power hitter. So if you're drafting him based on his WRC plus, I don't think that's what you're going to get from this dude. But he is a freaking good hitter. So I'll give you that. But the problem is that in this system, the Dodgers have 1 million outfielders. So if Ryan Ward is sitting around until he's 28, even though he's mashed 70 bombs in 2 years, like, what is a guy who can't hit for 70, doesn't have the physical capabilities of hitting 70 home runs going to do in this system?
Well, we'll have to see. 5'9" is not a death knell. That's like, Corbin Carroll territory. It's Jose Ramirez territory.
It's Cooper Ingle territory, man.
Exceptions.
Cooper Ingle territory.
Yeah, it's taller than Altuve, taller than Durbin. Yeah, I don't know if he's necessarily going to be a powerhouse, but he had like a 90% contact rate at A-ball, only 7 games this year, but he did hit a home run in those 8 games. It looks like over here. Tell me different things. So if you can just even if he's like a 15 home run guy, but stealing a ton of bases and hitting for great average, that's still a great player. I mean, Maikel Garcia last year, even like
a great AAA player for the Dodgers.
Yeah, quadruple A forever. Number 12 is Jackson Ferris. A lot of people really love Jackson Ferris, and I don't really understand it. Bring him up on the F scores here.
I'm with you there, dude. This is a very strange situation with him.
I don't get.
No offense to Mr. and Mrs. Ferris.
I honestly think people just like his name.
Assume the parents are watching at this point.
Dude, he's got a cool name, Jackson Ferris. It's like Ferris Bueller's love child of something. But look at the F scores: 97 stuff, 96 control, 106 FERA. Like, I don't really understand the obsession that a lot of these fantasy people have with Jackson Ferris. I think just because the Dodgers traded for him for the Cubs, everyone thinks he has to be good. But maybe Hope was the better player in that trade because a 14% K- walk rate is a little bit middling. So I just don't really see why everybody loves Jackson Ferris so much.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. He's actually one of my kind of guys. Although he's got command issues. It's a profile where you might see his Ks tick down a little bit. And I'm fine with that. But it's just weird that everyone's really into this dude when he doesn't really do anything spectacularly. I'm not really. What's his stuff looking like? Like, what's he throwing his heater at?
Mid 90s fastball. It's an okay fastball. His curve is pretty solid. But like besides that, like to me, like I look at a bunch of 50s. I see like a kitchen sink guy here.
He looks like, he could be fine. He could be like a good fine pitcher. But it is weird to see people like ignore a Noah Cameron or a Miles Michaelis, and then here they're falling in love with Mr. Ferris.
Yeah, I mean he's a big lefty. Freeze frame right there. But like he's a big lefty, but it's just like I don't know. Like to me, he's like it looks like a number 4 starter. So I don't know why everybody likes him so much. Like he definitely has some stuff, but the command is really bad. And he doesn't.
If he was in like KC,
just like
I would love him and no one else would. But he's the Dodgers, so it's the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Jackson Ferris. Number 11, Zach Earhart, who actually went in our first-year player draft. I was hoping to get him because he's not a first-year player, but he went under the radar last year in this league. He was on the Boston Red Sox for the first half of the season, got traded. I can't remember what trade that was. With Dustin May. That must have been part of that Dustin May, whatever that trade was that went down. But anyway, Zach Earhart on the season, 272, 374, 439 slash. F scores solid across the board, 103 power, 100 hit, 115 discipline, 115 speed, 140 adjusted WRC plus, really good play skills. So 11% walk, 17% K rate, a 134 extra base plus. So good at getting doubles, only 14 bombs. So that, when you see a high extra base hit plus and then a lower home run total, that means that the dude is probably a good doubles hitter. And he's not Ryan Ward. He's not 28. He's only 22 doing this kind of stuff. So Earhart is pretty good, pretty underrated, 38 steals with a 90% stolen base success rate. So really interesting player here. And the Dodgers are just completely loaded with outfielders. So I don't know when he'll ever play. And best part about Earhart is that he went to Oklahoma State. So this guy is a Holiday initiate. He is of the Holiday cult.
Yeah, he looks like he went. By the way, Zachary Root went 429. So pretty recently, actually, in this draft that we're doing live right now. And Earhart went round 3, 27th. So people are liking him.
The grandson of Amelia Earhart, rest in peace.
Is he really?
She perished in a tragic cannibal accident.
Did she have kids before she flew that plane? She's still alive somewhere with Hitler and Tupac, though, right?
Elvis, Hitler, and Tupac.
No, it's a couple episodes ago. We disproved that Hitler is dead. MLB Data Warehouse confirmed. We took care of that. But.
Yep, it's quite impossible for him to still be alive, just based on.
Doc wants the USA to get credit for it, but we're not sure about that. We just know that he couldn't possibly.
What if? Have you ever played the game Fallout New Vegas?
No.
Okay, well, it's a video game and it's better than the show, a lot better. And there's a character who's like 1,000,000 years old, and he's just like he's not cryogenically frozen. He's just like in a tube, like he's in like a machine with all kinds of like
Futurama.
It's kind of like Futurama, except like he's just like laying down in this thing, and he's like electronically broadcasting his young version of himself. He is old and like haggard in the thing, but basically he's like commanding his robot army. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen with Hitler, dude. So watch what you say about him. Robot army will come after you.
All right. Number 10 is Kellen Lindsey, former first rounder in 2024. Shortstop. When he was drafted, got a bunch of Trey Turner comps, but he has been striking out way too much at the minor league level. And he was hurt, only 32 games, but he has been good on the base pass as far as efficiency. But besides that, there's really not much to show. A few bombs here and there. He's been above average across the board besides the Ks, but way too many strikeouts and way too bad of contact right now. So Kellen Lindsey right now living on pedigree and speed. We'll see what happens. He's still young. He just turned 20, so we still have a few years to find out if this guy's going to be a guy or not. But pedigree and the speed alone, I think, gets him bumped up in my rankings a decent amount until we see he can't do it. Because, he only had 32 games. It's not enough of a sample size to really see if he's a dud or a stud at this point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the hit tool is critical. Like, now we're starting to see this landscape littered. Well, we'll see what Victor Scott becomes, right? He's got to make it, because if he doesn't, then he's Billy Hamilton 2.0. There's still time, but, and this guy, people are going to have – and Estuary Ruiz would be a better example maybe of these guys who – flash incredible speed, but they just can't hit baseballs. It's one fatal flaw. But yeah, I would not write him off after 28 games. Like you said, a first-round pick from the Dodgers in 2024. Let's give he's in the right organization, right? So we'll see. And he's also like not small, like 6 foot tall, 175. See what happens.
We'll probably need a shortstop in a couple of years, right? How long can Betts hold on to that?
Yep, exactly. Number 9 is River Ryan. Besides having a cool name, this dude was actually really good pre-Tommy John. Was coming on, was already an older guy at that point. He's 27 years old now, so he's basically the Ryan Ward of pitchers, but he actually did make the majors for the Dodgers, didn't get held down forever, but was really, really good in 2024. Got a call-up, then got hurt and got Tommy John. But he'll be back, and there's a good possibility, John, that he could I don't know if he'll break camp in the rotation, but I think he's gonna pitch innings for the Dodgers this year. Like, I think that like Fangraphs Steamer has him at 45 innings. I don't think that's accurate. I think he's gonna pitch more like 80. I think he's an 80 or 90 inning guy, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he was like becoming one of the darlings of the fantasy community at one point. And that's crazy to wait so long for the Dodgers purgatory to end. Finally happens, and you're like, "Oh, my arm! No, I'm fine. Please, I'm fine." He's just trying to, just trying to stay alive. But unfortunately, yeah, hopefully the best for the guy. Pitchers are pitching longer than ever, so if he comes back and he's anywhere close to what he was doing, should have a nice little career ahead of him. Maybe he's not going to gas 97, but you never know.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube or on XVision or whatever, you can see his Arsenal data. 97-mile-per-hour fastball, average exit velocity. Ride was not anything spectacular, but he was still getting a lot of swings and misses on that fastball. And then slider, 25.5 swinging strike rate on an 89-mile-per-hour slider. That's why you got Tommy John. That's an amazing pitch. Cutter, averaging 91.5, 17.6 swinging strike rate, and then the curve, a 21.1 swinging strike rate. So really good swinging strike rates across the board throughout the entire arsenal for River Ryan pre-injury. So hopefully he comes back healthy. I think that he's been injured long enough that he's going to be like full bore when he comes back. It's not like Jackson Jobe. Jackson Jobe today did his first pitch or something after Tommy John. So
Tommy John was last July, or no, it was 2 Julys ago.
Yeah, July 2024. So that will put him at a year and a half, basically, when the new a year and 3/4 when the new season starts. That should be enough time to be healthy and to ramp up. He won't be facing live competition, obviously, so like he may not have the command, but like he should be fairly healthy.
Getting drafted a little bit in the high 500s. So.
Yeah. So number 8 is James Tibbs. Talk about trials and tribulations, man, for James Tibbs here. Last year was traded from the San Francisco Giants as a first-round pick to the Boston Red Sox, and then traded again in the same year back to the Los Angeles Dodgers. So this guy literally has, like, how crazy is it that this guy was on the Giants and the Dodgers as a first-rounder, like all in the same year, and throw Boston into three teams as a first-round pick. He actually struggled a bit when he was in Boston, but when he got to LA, he really started tearing it up in the minors. So this dude knows how to take a walk, doesn't strike out too much. If you're going to pull up his F scores here, he's pretty good, John. 20 home runs, 10 steals this year, 127 WRC plus, made AA as a 22-year-old. So he has pedigree, good hitter, really good plate approach, has some power in there. Like, doesn't really project to be a star by any means, but he projects as like one of those really good, like number 3 outfielders in your fantasy leagues, who's just like 2010, solid batting average, not going to kill you. So maybe like a little mini Nootbaar or something here. Hopefully he swings it a little bit more than Nootbaar, but right now he's actually not. So he's like 39%. So kind of maybe like a little mini Nootbaar here for James Tibbs.
Yeah, maybe Nootbaar without the steals, which is like not great. But yeah, like he's not really been too efficient with the steals so far. So he'll be fine in deeper league, like a deeper league. Yeah, outfielder. I think he might be a good time to sell personally in dynasty leagues, just because he's got a good brand name in some leagues.
You ever use this site, Pro Sports Transactions?
No. But that actually allows us to see the trades he was in. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got like the whole database of injuries, trades, and stuff. So.
Oh, look, there he is with Zach Earhart for Dustin May.
Yeah.
Man, if the Cardinals can trade Dustin May for 2 top 10 prospects next year at the trade deadline, I'm going to be pumped.
I wanted to ask you about that. Or do you have any hope for Dustin May? I did the Cardinals preview, and I mean, he looked really, really bad last year, but he's on your team now.
Before the Cardinals signed him, I was actually looking at, because he's been posting on socials lately, and he's been working out really hard. So like he's trying.
Man.
But the thing is, he's never really been that great. Like his stuff has been good. He's shown really good stuff, but he's never translated like the really amazing stuff into good outcome. It's almost like Jordan Hicks. Like, I've always comped him to Jordan Hicks. I'm like, he reminds me a lot of Jordan Hicks, where it's like crazy stuff, but just can't really do anything with it. So
sinker guys. Sinkers are weird. But
yeah. Primary sinker guys. Number 7, Kendall George. This is a kind of trending favorite here because this guy stole 100 bags this year. So the most steals in the minors, literally 100 bags right on the dot. So, but not very efficient though. 24 caught stealing. So, like, this is 100 steals, but yeah, he was caught 24 times. This guy had more stolen bases than runs.
I've got 101.
Not a good
sign. Who's right?
I feel like that's the Allen Iverson. That's how you tell someone's Allen Iverson when they play basketball, or if they're like someone who actually passes the ball, because he had more stolen bases than actual runs. But yeah, bring up the F scores here. Let's see what his speed F score is.
Was he pinch running a lot or something?
It just means that I don't know, like maybe they suck at sack flies, or maybe the dude just would run himself into outs trying to steal bags.
He did get caught a lot. 150 speed, that's got to be the max.
Yep, 86 power, 102 hit, 119 discipline, 150 speed. So if you want steals, Kendall George is your guy. Kind of your crazy. Chandler Simpson 2.0 here, but with the Dodgers, and he's going to get blocked because he's on the Dodgers. If this guy was on another team, I'd like him a lot more, but not on this team because the Dodgers are full of outfield prospects.
I mean, assuming that they don't trade a bunch of these guys, right? That's the thing here. Like especially when they're young now, when they start getting like 24, 25, it's like, okay, I don't know, maybe they are just going to hold on to them forever, right? But yeah, you just never know. These guys are going to be making trades every deadline, basically. So you can see a couple of these guys traded for some reliever this year, and all of a sudden they're playing or something like that, depending on where they're at in their development. I like this guy. I mean, yeah, it's just like Again, it's kind of what I said before. There's like two paths here, right? And it seems like Chandler Simpson's carve. Now here's the thing. Imagine you have Chandler Simpson's offense plus Victor Scott's defense, or Billy. Like the thing is, the guys we're getting so far are not doing both. This is the thing. Chandler's defense is kind of a problem. Victor Scott, he actually was just being fine. He was an okay hitter in the first couple months. It was like, okay, we got something, but then he fell off. If we just have a guy like with that crazy speed, who's a mediocre to average hitter, plays good defense, you're gonna have someone who really helps you out in fantasy. It's a one category specialist. I'm not really sure on Kendall George's defense. It seems like it's okay. So
it's hard to get to first base in the major leagues. That's like the big difference. You can't steal second unless you get on first.
But what I'm saying is Chandler Simpson does, right? Like he can get on first. He just plays cruddy defense.
And Kendall George, look, more walks than Ks, and then he also
doesn't swing.
But he also had 82% contact rate. But just like you said on the last pod, John, this is the guy you don't want swinging. You just want him to get on base so he can steal bags.
But they throw him strikes in the majors.
Runs too, but
so that's what I've noticed. Like I actually developed these fear scores. I haven't publicized them too much, but on the major league dashboard, it's a fear mark, and it's like so it kind of studies like how many fastballs a guy sees, how many pitches in the zone, how many intentional walks and stuff. So what I've noticed from that is like major league pitchers are a lot better at throwing strikes than minor league pitchers. And with a guy with no power, Chandler Simpson, he walked a good bit in the minors, I think. Maybe not a good bit, but he comes to the majors, and actually I think he might have done okay. So maybe it's not the greatest example, but major league pitchers are just like, okay, I know this guy's not going to take me deep, and I know if I put him on first, he'll steal second. So I'm just going to throw him as strikes. So it's like you can't really – if this guy gets to the majors, there's just no way he puts up a double-digit walk rate, which just like immediately craters so many of the steals. But that's a little bit of a sidebar, I guess. But, walk rates can change dramatically going from the minors to the majors because major league pitchers are just like if they don't want to walk you, they usually don't. So.
Yep. So future Royal or future Brewer, because this guy is definitely not a future Dodger. I'll tell you that.
101 steal. That is freaking impressive for 100 or whatever it is. That's amazing.
Number 6 is shortstop. Actually listed as second and third, Alex Freeland. I guess he's going to be their super utility guy now. I don't know. They've got Tommy Edman too. Amazing year in the minors. Actually gets the call, comes up to the majors, doesn't get consistent playing time and struggles. Is that a surprise when you're just kind of playing off the bench and like diddling around? Because he was actually really good in the minors. I mean, see the F scores 103 power, 100 hit, 110 discipline, 104 speed. So just really solid across the board. 135 extra base hit plus, 16 bombs, solid contact rates. Just like really good, solid player at everything. And then gets the call and struggles. He had 190, 292, 310 in the majors. And it's just, if you don't get consistent playing time, like how are you going to succeed, especially as a rookie? John, you're always the big guy on first 100 plate appearances for rookies. Generally tend to suck, but that's got to suck even more if it's not consistent. If it's just like, hey, kid, get off the bench and hit 100 miles an hour while you're, not warmed up. So what do you think about Freeland, and what do you think about the Dodgers? Like, what do you see for him this year with this team? Because obviously he's already gotten the call. So is he just like the super utility guy for the Dodgers, or does he have an actual shot at starting time, sans injury with the Dodgers?
Go ahead, Doc. What do you got? We'll pull up the roster here, but
okay. Yeah, I mean, this was a guy who was getting some sneaky hype. I don't really know what to make of him.
Greenfield's not that good. I get there's Kim and
Kim. Yeah.
Muncy always hits the IL. I don't know. I mean, Betts is in there, Betts and Freeman, obviously, but there's some spot at the bottom of the lineup for these types.
Yeah, I mean, like I like him a lot better than Hyseung Kim. So, ideally,
he hits the ball really hard. He's got good average EVs. Like he's pretty good with that. He didn't really ever strike out anywhere close to how he did this year. He struck out a bunch right when he first started in, 2022, 2023. Then he got over it for a couple of years in the minors. Like really seemed like he really cleaned things up. And now he's reverting to his old ways, hacking and slashing. I don't know. Maybe he felt the pressure. But it's pretty easy for me to imagine people bailing on the guy because he's already an older prospect, quote unquote older. He's just like 24 years old. You know, and I think everyone does have fear of like the Dodgers like turning this 24-year-old into like a 26-year-old real quick, just like putting him back and forth between AAA. So if he can get playing time, he's hitting the ball hard. He's willing to steal bases. How's his efficiency here? Is he getting caught? I didn't really check.
75% this year with 18 steals. Last year, 94%, 31 steals.
Yeah, last year was really efficient. This year was very much not efficient. So that'll dictate a lot of his value because I'm not sure if he's like a 20+ home run guy. So if he's like 15 to 20 home runs maybe, and then
he should be a strong side platoon because he mashes righties.
Yeah,
and he's kind of like blah against lefties. Like he's not entirely crap, but he's like not good against lefties. So like this to me is a platoon guy. Like platoon wise, his line against righties 282, 405, 480 with 12 bombs. Line against lefties 215 and 324, 380. So contact rate goes down 6% and strikeout rate goes up 6% against lefties. So you'd think that maybe he should be strong side platoon and Hyun-Sung Kim, like just get him out.
I added a nice thing to the projections on the app. It's a little slider you can hit, and so right now Freeland projects for like 150 plate appearances, but you can slide this little bad boy over, and that adjusts it to a 600 plate appearance projection, so you can get a feel. It looks bad on this screen sharing, but it's also very hard to project players like this who haven't had. It's actually the hardest to my projection model seems to struggle or get confused the most with the guys that have minors and then a little bit of time in the majors because it tries to like piece those together. And I don't know. So you can see a 208 batting average projection. It's not a good sign, but you know that's probably way too low. I don't know if the Steamer 222 for Steamer, but 19 homers, 16 steals shows that he's got a little bit of both. So paid subscribers can use that. I really like looking at the 600 plate appearance projections for guys like this when you don't know what the playing time is, but you just kind of want to know what they kind of would do, at least what my model thinks. So.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to get into the big boys now. Number 5, this is a top 100 prospect for me. This is Emil Morales, shortstop and third base prospect. Spent a lot of time at Complex and A-ball this year, where his 2 spots. So he does have some F scores, but not fully formed. Gotta love that 174 adjusted WRC plus from Morales. Currently, I have him ranked number 70 in my next rankings update. So mentioned online the other day that I'm like through 110 prospects now. I've got like 40 more write-ups I've got to do, but Emil Morales is sitting tight right now at number 70. Comp I gave him is a Fernando Tatis Jr. light. You can not even see him in that video. So he look at the swing though. Look at this guy. Actually, let's get a good video here. Look, even in the smoke, he looks like Tatis. So my comp for him is Fernando Tatis Jr. light. Hitter tool grades. I give him a 40 out of 50 on the hit, a 40 out of 50 on the plate approach, a 40 out of 65 on the power, and a 50 out of 50 on the speed. Really interesting athletic kid, 6'3", big dude, really great quality of contact, like really optimal angles already with a 29.2% line drive rate and a 136 extra base hit plus. Look at that. That's Tatis, baby. But yeah, Tatis light. So that's Emil Morales. I'm a big fan, but he's far away. And again, it's the Dodgers. So who knows? This guy could be in the system for 10 years.
Yeah. So Emil Morales, are you a big Emil Morales guy, John?
This is the first I am encountering him.
He's got this is a guy people have been drooling over. He was so he was comped to as like the other guy after Jesus Made. You know who Jesus Made is?
Yeah, Brewers.
Yeah, Jesus Made. Everyone called him Jesus Made for like 5 seconds, and they're like, "Oh man, I guess shouldn't call him that." Jesus Made. Just like we all are. But Emil Morales is 6'3", 191. That's what you like to see. People were saying, why aren't we hyping him up as much? Well, I mean, you're seeing that he's extremely raw and he's in the Dodgers system. So again, he's someone that could be traded. Scouts love him. They've given him typically pretty good blend of speed and power. which makes sense. But yeah, I mean, again, like he's going to have some growing pains. What happens if he puts on a bunch of weight? Will he become more of a power guy, lose the steals? It's just so early on. And I feel like the value's gone down already significantly from like a year ago. Do you agree with that, Tim? Like, just like, I mean, like the trade value, I don't mean like the hopes of his career. They're so early on, but
because
people are realizing, oh shoot, I have to hold him for 4 more years.
This is what always happens: is a guy pops in the Dominican League, and then everyone's like, "Oh, look how great this guy's going to be," and they're so excited, and they pick him in an international draft or whatever, and then exactly, there I go, man. Now I gotta wait 4 or 5, whatever, X amount of years. Dodgers 10 years. I gotta wait till he's 27 or 28. It's the Dodgers. Like, what? So that's what always happens. But sometimes these kids on the Dodgers will play out. This guy seems like a trade guy. I think that I don't think he makes it as a Dodger. I think he's traded at some point.
They got old guys. I mean, Betts and Freeman, 3-4 years.
Yeah, but then they're Team Japan. You know how many Japanese guys they've got in their farm system right now that you don't even know about?
We should cap that too. Can we another rule to raise competitive balance? Let's cap foreign players to like 3 per organization. Yeah, spread them out.
I actually like that. That'd be a good rule. You done on Morales? You ready to go to Sirota? All right, number 4, Mike Sirota. I've got him at number 63 in my updated rankings, and we're just going across superstar outfielders here because my comp for him is Julio Rodriguez light. Like, literally, like, just look at the mechanics. A lot of my comps are mechanics. I'm not saying that they're all going to turn into superstars here, people, but similar swings, because guess what? When you're a kid or when you're young and you really like a player, you try to copy him. So that's what a lot of these guys do. But Sirota had really strong EVs, tore it up in the minors this year, and then got hurt. But I heard him on a podcast. I can't remember what podcast I heard him on, but I heard him on a podcast. He went on a baseball podcast and was saying he's already fully healthy now, so he'll be ready to rock and roll for next year. But he hit 333, 452, 616 last year. Just like a ridiculous slash line, 189 WRC plus. That was as a 22-year-old at low A and high A, so he was a little bit older for the level. Hence, the adjusted WRC plus only giving me a 143, so it actually adjusted him downward based on that. But the F scores really like him, or 152, sorry. But F scores really like him. 116 discipline, 98 speed. We don't have a power yet, but over 1,000 OPS. So his power is going to be sick when we actually get that. And the extra base hit plus is what on him, John? Because I did not have that up when I wrote my article. 150 extra base hit plus, pretty sick. I'm not surprised by that whatsoever. So Mike Sirota, absolute devil dog last year.
400 BABIP. Crazy BABIP.
Yeah, I mean, the stolen bases don't look like they're going to be like we thought they might. He's just getting caught every time he steals, he gets caught the next time, basically, mathematically. Which is interesting because that indicates apparently he's pretty fast, but maybe just has no technique. I mean, not striking out too much, takes a lot of walks, has some good pop. Still look at a fun profile here, but maybe just need to he either needs to learn how to get a technique, or he might just end up a guy who, like, I remember Mason Wynn just said, "Oh man, I want to steal a bunch of bags," and then like midway through the season, he's like, "I don't think I know how."
Well, he got hurt. So something on Mason Wynn, people, for the people who are more like redraft people listening to this. Mason Wynn was hurt for the majority of the last year. Like the whole second half, he was injured. So he's probably going to be a lot better next year because he was playing injured because the Cardinals did not have a backup shortstop. Like literally, they did not have a backup shortstop the whole year last year. So he felt like he just had to play injured. But he'll probably be better next year. So buy low on Mason Wynn.
I need to find somebody that knows every player that was playing hurt. That's a really valuable thing to know. How do you find that?
You just have to. I don't know. I know that because I'm a Cardinals fan.
Right. Someday,
if I wasn't a Cardinals fan, I wouldn't know.
Someday I will find 30. I'll find one like super fan of each team to like write for me. I will pay them all $2, and then.
It's Chinese robot super fans, run by Hitler, by decaying Hitler.
Yes, correct. From Argentina.
Yeah. So another outfielder. Number 3 is Zaire Hope. Zaire Hope hits the ball really hard, but he definitely regressed in the contact department this year. So he's fallen in my rankings, number 52. So he's not even top 50 for me. I had a comp on him of lean Josh Naylor, and I'm keeping that, even though like Welsh gave me crap for that comp. He's like, he's not as big as Josh Naylor. And I'm like, that's because I called him lean Josh Naylor. But look at the mechanics. He literally has like the same mechanics as Josh Naylor. And he also has a very similar like style of play. He's probably going to lead to similar outcomes. So it makes a lot of sense. Like 67% contact rate, it's terrible. But he hits the ball 114. So his 90th percentile is 108.5. So he hits the ball really hard. 470-foot home run. He's hit at Arizona Fall League, and he hits a lot of line drives. So there's good power there. There's some speed there. And it's just like pretty bad hit tool. Like his hit tool really regressed this last year.
Yeah, I mean it did, but he's still just 20 years old, right? So good enough track record to not give up on the kid. Takes a bunch of walks. Yeah, I never really been super high on him, but it's like, yeah, I don't know if he'll be like an elite superstar or anything like that. He might. I think I like the comp, especially given Naylor's speed breakout, which is really random. This guy's speed was really random too. Just kind of broke out of nowhere. Stole 26 bases at high A. Only got caught stealing 6. So like that might be something. But yeah, the power speed looks like his power. He might not be like a 20 home run bat. Definitely not right away. But yeah, it makes for a weird prospect. His actual back of the baseball card throughout the minors has been pretty good. I don't know. I'm not really seeing a terrible hit tool. It's like K's haven't been out of control. His walks have been solid. He had like a little rough patch in 6 games at AA, but I think by and large,
contact rates. The bad contact rates, basically. But he has really good quality contact. Like he's good.
Before that, it was always like really good, right? Like the year before, it was 80. So I don't know what he was doing this year. Again, like he's only 20 years old, so I think maybe a good time to buy it because I get like kind of like Morales. It's like I feel like the hype, the helium has been taken out just a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Number 2 is another outfielder. Like I said, tons of outfielders in this organization. Josue De Paula. So Josue De Paula is the Fall Stars guy. Even John probably knows him because he had a home run in the. No, don't know him. Okay. Nope. Well, he was the Fall Star Games MVP this year because he had a home run in the minor league All-Star game or whatever. But Josue De Paula, really, really patient at the plate. Like too patient, probably. Look at that swing rate, 35%, pretty atrocious. But he does get on base a lot. And so hence the 166 adjusted WRC plus. He's also been young for the level. There's a lot of power in there. So another thing for De Paula are the EVs. So he's had a 108.5 max EV listed, but we don't have a lot of data on him. So we've gotten to a 108.5. My comp for him is Jordan Walker, lefty Jordan Walker that actually can get the ball into the air because he has a very similar swing to Jordan Walker. And I fear that we're not going to get the amount of damage that we should get out of this bat because I feel like he's going to be too patient at the plate.
Yeah,
maybe. Did you know that Josue De Paula is not from the Caribbean or anything like that? You know, he's actually born in Brooklyn. Yeah, I know. Friggin', you hear that name and your racism starts kicking off, right? You're like, I got DSL. No, he's Brooklyn. And did you know, this is a thing you definitely didn't know, unless you've talked to me before, but he's the cousin of Stephon Marbury and Sebastian Telfair.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
so random.
But had some sneakers, some Starberries in high school.
Dude, this guy's 6'3". He's got that shooting guard, point guard height. So anyway.
Sebastian Telfair, that was.
So these are both throwbacks.
And Telfair was like he was the most hyped kid out of high school, right? And then
maybe, but Stephon Marbury was Starbury. He was a beast.
He was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Anyway, I honestly like that does make me like him a bit more, just because it's like I think it's second cousins, but whatever. It's clearly athletic genes. Something's going good.
Lighter, man, lighter.
That's one of those doc things. Second cousins. I mean, it's hardly even blood there.
But that's crazy, dude. Like, man, here's the deal: if you had a second cousin who was in Major League Baseball, you'd be like, "Yo, guess what? I got my cousin is very good in baseball."
I've got one for you right here. My grandmother's brother was the original Marlboro Man.
Is that fact?
Yeah.
You see, people say stuff like that all the time. Imagine 3 things like that. 3 cousins all crushing it. Maikel Garcia and Ronald Garcia. Maikel Garcia, Ronald Acuna Jr., and I guess Luis Angel Acuna, and then our cousins. And all 3 of them are cousins with Alcides Escobar too. So that's another good one. That's like, okay, well, clearly there's something good going on here. But John just wants to deny it.
Cousins can be such broad. I mean, I know people that call.
Dude, how many? That's that's more than a coincidence. When you have, you could say maybe 2 is like, okay, I guess you got lucky twice, maybe.
I'm just saying, I worked at a YMCA in New Kensington, Pennsylvania, a poorer area. I'm really gonna push it here, but we're an hour and 6 minutes into this thing, so probably people aren't watching anymore. But
they're gonna miss out on the best prospect.
All of the kids, low income part of town. I think you know what I'm saying. They were all African American or whatever the PC term is.
I think you're supposed to say black and then capitalize black.
Okay, capital B. So, and they all said they had cousins in the NBA. Steve Breston. These kids were all cousins with Steve Breston.
Well, I don't know if like Jose DePaul is going to get away with this though.
I was like, what do you mean? I mean, like, do you have someone? I don't think they were lying, but like a cousin's not necessarily my mom's brother.
But they can also lie way easier than a top prospect in Major League Baseball. Right. Imagine he's just like at the All-Star game a few years from now. He's just like, friggin' Starbury's my cousin. Starbury's like, what is? No, I've never heard of this.
I don't know, dude. Fausto Carmona. There was a pitcher who completely lied about his identity in the major leagues for like multiple seasons and got away with it. So
changed his name. Yeah.
Well, So who knows? But Jose DePaul 85 extra base hit plus. So that's the downfall. But obviously, I still like him. I got him at number 2. I'm just saying that like he just needs to swing the bat more, man. Get the bat off your shoulders and put freaking bat the ball. Make the power play. Number 1. This is my favorite. This is Eduardo Quintero. This is like one of my favorite prospects in baseball. So Eduardo Quintero is basically a video game. I've got him at number 17 overall. The only reason I have him so low is because he's far away. But look at these F scores: 116 power, 99 hit, 116 discipline, 126 speed, 110 durability, 112 grade, 159 adjusted WRC plus. We got a 147 extra base hit plus right here. This dude has good contact skills. Like an 80% contact at high A is insane. With 19 home runs and 46 steals on the season. This guy does everything. He hits bombs. He steals bags. He walks. He has a good contact rate. Like, what does Eduardo Quintero not do? He has a 100. He had 48 extra base hits in 113 games, and he doesn't chase, and he hits the crap out of the ball. Really good at EVs. 106.6, 90th percentile EV last year in 2024. This year we don't even have the data, but last year as a 19-year-old, a 106.6 90th. That's insane. I threw a 50 out of 55 on the hit, a 60 out of 65 on the plate approach, a 50 out of 60 on the power, and a 60 out of 65 on the speed. So this guy is a 5-tooler. This guy is he's going to be a top 10 prospect at some point. Eduardo Quintero.
So far away. He's like, him and Florentino blew up a lot this year. I'm more into Florentino. But I mean, Quintero, he could easily work out. Just, I don't know. He kind of came out of absolutely nowhere. That makes me not trust him that much. But I mean, he's always had the speed, though. I'm looking back at that. The speed has been a thing. He got caught stealing quite a bit in low wave this year, but other than that, pretty efficient too. I mean, I think he's there's two arguments. One is like, yeah, he could be the next big thing, and I see what you're saying. I'm not going to argue it, but I think you might have him a little too high, like just like you're crowning him before he's done it. Maybe it's almost a little bit Emil Morales-y. Like he could be in for like a bit of a down year or something, or maybe it takes a little bit longer than we're thinking.
MLB
this guy's a video. He's a walking video game, man. No way. This guy's a stud.
But MLB likes the cousin narrative a little bit better.
They're boring. They're boring. Proximity. Quintero's gonna fly past these fools. You watch.
So he gets the sticker, the MLB DW recommended prospect sticker.
Have you seen DePaula jump? He can dunk probably.
I have no doubt.
Quintero's relatives are in El Cartel. No, I don't know. Like I don't even know what country he's from. I didn't look. But yeah, Quintero's the man. Come on. Anything else to close up the pod before we get into ending notes here?
This was a doozy. Started with Doc's deceased father. I don't really like to say rest in peace anymore. I think there's like some weird pagan background to that, but and we went through a lot, and it's been fun. And it's late now. It's very late on a Tuesday night, so it's bedtime. But another good time altogether. And we'll let Doc say another word here since I just did that to him.
Yeah, you just freaking brought up my incinerated father. I want to get buried. He got incinerated, but yeah. Let's let that awkward silence hang in here a little bit longer.
Viking funeral, Doc.
No, I think it's called cremation. They just do that.
Oh, well, he did a good job with you, Doc.
I thought you meant like with the cremation.
No, with his fathering you.
Thank you. Yeah, he was a lot taller than me. He was like, I'm not 6 foot. He made it to 6'1". So I didn't win there, but I am on a fantasy baseball podcast.
Yeah,
hanging out with some good folks. And cheers. Merry Christmas to all.
That's right.
To Papa Eisenhower. All right, give us a follow. If you follow me at Fantasy Ace Ball, follow Doc Eisenhower, follow John PGH, and make sure you hit that subscribe button to MLB Data Warehouse. And for Doc's dad, sign up now and say you're signing up for Doc's dad. Say you're signing up for my grandma's brother, who was the original Marlboro Man. And tell John that you're not signing up because of him, that it's all Tim and Doc, so that John pays us all the money. Yeah. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you next time.